Marko, let me begin with you. You say greet every stimulus announcement with disappointment. Why do you say that?
Well, because the September 26th Politburo meeting bit up a lot of excitement. And it was pretty significant because the verbiage and the rhetoric had significantly changed, moving away from the moral hazard concerns towards reintroduction of fiscal policy into sort of the policymaker purview. They're going to do something about it. And it's almost inevitable that investors will be therefore disappointed by every single announcement that doesn't meet their expectations. However, it doesn't mean that when we look back on the last 6 or 12 months, that these piecemeal moves will not form a pretty significant evidence that we've reached policy bottom and that policymakers have actually embraced fiscal policy as the requisite tool to avert further decline of Chinese economy.
Fred, let me turn to you. There have been these discussions of stimulus, and some of the discussions have been, or comments have been taken as a little bit lukewarm or not specific enough. Is stimulus alone going to solve what's wrong with the Chinese economy, or do more structural changes need to be made? And then is Xi the kind of person who's going to make those kinds of structural changes?
I think you've just hit the nail on the head. So the optimists over the weekend were saying that the finance ministry didn't give details on the stimulus because they want to wait till the National People's Congress in a couple of weeks, and they didn't want to steal their thunder. But even if the National People's Congress comes out with hundreds of millions of dollars or renminbi in stimulus, it's still going to be a Band-Aid, even if it becomes a larger Band-Aid, because the problem is structural. We put out a China Pathfinder report last week together with Rhodium Group, and it shows that in every area of reform that's important, financial system development, market competition, innovation, trade, portfolio, and direct investment, that China's been backsliding over the last decade, or at least not moving forward at all. And so it's really a political decision as long as the state intervenes and as long as the party wants to have complete control. I just don't think it's going to be that attractive a place for investors over the long haul, because you have to fix things in a market-oriented way. And as you said, President Xi is not a person who actually believes in market-oriented reforms. He believes in party control. And so there's going to be that cost that the investors will always have to pay with the President Xi-controlled China.
Marko, talk to me a little bit about China's consumer sector, if you don't mind. How healthy is it, and where is it not healthy? Is it not healthy in the luxury, the high end, or the middle market? Where?
Well, it's extremely unhealthy, but it's unhealthy because the largest source of net worth for Chinese households is, of course, real estate market, which has had over 36 consecutive months of secondary market declines in prices. So you have to put yourself in the context of the Chinese, consumer. They've seen their net worth really decline significantly. And it's very similar. I mean, it's actually the exact same as what happened in the US or the Western world post-GFC, where in 2010, 11, 12, 13, if your home is underwater on its mortgage, you're going to tighten your belt. And so I think that what's very important is to arrest the decline in home prices, in condos. If that decline is arrested, and if households can look forward and see over the next 3 to 5 years that at least prices will stabilize, then perhaps you will see more consumption, particularly in durables, which have not really existed at all. And I think that that's where focus on arresting the decline in the real estate prices can actually reignite the engine of Chinese consumption. Now, the bears will cite demographics. They'll cite these 10, 20-year cycles. That's fine. But remember, Chinese GDP per capita is still at the level of Malaysia. It's 3 times less than that of South Korea. So even if China's demographics look negative, there can still be some upside in consumption as wealth is increased.